Namaste, Namaste to all respected dignitaries, keynote experts, plenary speakers, session chair experts, researchers, academicians, professionals, students, and dear participants. We begin this international academic gathering with a prayer seeking wisdom, enlightenment, and collective progress. Asato ma satgamaya tamasorma jyotirgamaya mrutyorma amrutagamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. With this prayer, we hope that this conference become a meaningful platform for dialogue, innovation, collaborations, and transformative learning in the spirit of interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary knowledge and global harmony. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome you all to the one-day international multidisciplinary conference on multidisciplinary studies and emerging trends. The 21st century has emerged as an era of rapid transformation driven by technological innovation, globalization, sustainability concerns, digital disruption, and evolving human aspirations. Today, societies across the world are experiencing profound shifts in education, healthcare, governance, communication, industry, research, and knowledge production. In such a dynamic and interconnected environment, multidisciplinary approaches have become essential for addressing complex contemporary challenges. The traditional boundaries between disciplines are gradually dissolving as modern problems require integrated perspective, collaborative inquiry, and innovative thinking. Rapidly emerging domains such as artificial intelligence, sustainable development, climate resilience, digital governance, smart healthcare, entrepreneurial ecosystems, Industry 5.0, and human-centered technologies demand meaningful engagement from multiple academic and professional disciplines. This conference aims to provide a vibrant international platform for researchers, educators, policymakers, innovators, industry professionals, and students to exchange ideas, present research findings, and deliberate upon emerging trends shaping the future of the society. This conference also seeks to explore important questions including how can multidisciplinary research contribute toward solving global challenges? What role can education and innovation play in building resilient societies? How can emerging technologies align with ethical and sustainable development? And how can traditional wisdom and modern scientific advancements coexist for holistic progress? Through interdisciplinary dialogue and collaborative research engagement, this conference aspires to contribute meaningfully toward sustainable, inclusive, and future-ready development. On behalf of the organizing committee, directors of Vedant Knowledge Systems, and entire Vedant family, it is my honor to warmly welcome all distinguished keynote speakers, plenary experts, session chair members, academicians, researchers, students, and all the participants joining us from different parts of India and abroad. Welcome you all. Your presence transforms this conference into a vibrant, multidisciplinary intellectual platform dedicated to innovation, research, and collaborative knowledge sharing. Let me take this opportunity to introduce our today's keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Priyanka Mishra, an accomplished academician, environmental planner, researcher, and practitioner. Dr. Mishra is currently serving at KIIT School of Architecture and Planning, KIIT deemed to be University, Bhubaneswar, Orissa. With expertise in architecture, urban and regional planning, and environmental psychology. With years of teaching and research experience, she has significantly contributed to the fields of sustainable urban development, peri-urban transformations, climate resilience, biodiversity conservation, livelihood resilience, and water management. Her work aligns closely with global climate adaptation and mitigation goals. She is actively associated with environmental initiatives under the Odisha Forestry Sector Development Project, focusing on ecological restoration, climate resilient community development, and sustainable livelihoods. Beyond academia, Dr. Mishra integrates holistic healing, nutrition sciences, and energy based wellness systems into her research and practices, highlighting the interconnectedness between human well being, environment, and sustainable living. She is also a Reiki Grandmaster and Siddh healer. Dr. Mishra has published extensively, presented at national and international conferences, served as keynote speaker, reviewer, scientific member, and advisor at various academic forums. She is associated with reputed bodies including the Council of Architecture, Institute of Town Planners India, Indian Climate Congress, and Climate Reality Project India and South Asia. Her multidisciplinary contribution towards sustainable development, architecture, environmental planning, and holistic wellness has earned her several prestigious recognitions and professional honors. We are deeply honored to have such a visionary academic leader among us today to talk to us and discuss the primary theme of this conference. Let us warmly welcome Professor Dr. Priyanka Mishra. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Namaste. I am Dr. Priyanka Mishra, and I would like to thank Dr. Dave and Vedant Knowledge System Private Limited for giving me this opportunity to join as a keynote speaker for the International Conference on Multidisciplinary Studies and Emerging Trends for the theme Sustainable Development and Environment. Today, I will be speaking on towards regenerative and human centered futures, integrated approach to sustainability, urban resilience, and ecological planning. This presentation focuses on how sustainability challenges are deeply interconnected with urbanization, ecological degradation, social vulnerabilities, particularly in rapidly transforming peri-urban regions such as Bhubaneswar. Through selected research studies, I will discuss why integrated and multidisciplinary approaches are essential for building resilient and regenerative urban futures. So, when we talk about sustainable crisis, it is no longer only an environmental issue. It is a combined crisis involving climate change, ecological degradation, resource stress, social inequity, unsustainable urban growth. And across the world, we are witnessing increasing floods, heat waves, biodiversity loss, pressure on natural resources. At the same time, vulnerable communities are facing livelihood insecurity, unequal access to infrastructure, and environmental benefits. So, this crisis has to be understood as a systems crisis. When wetlands are encroached upon, for example, They affect drainage system as a whole, which increases the risk of flooding, and flooding then affects livelihoods, infrastructure, and public health. So, isolated planning approaches are no longer sufficient in today's world. So, talking about global sustainability challenges, global cities are becoming centers of both opportunity and environmental vulnerability. Climate induced disasters, rapid urbanization, resource intensive development, environmental injustice are shaping urban systems worldwide. This requires a transition from fragmented planning towards integrated ecological thinking. Coming to Indian urban transitions, India presents one of the fastest urban transitions globally. Urban expansions today extend beyond city, over city cores into peri-urban regions, where rural and urban systems coexist and interact. These transition zones are experiencing rapid land transformation, infrastructure pressure, and ecological stress. So, Indian cities and their peri-urban areas are facing multiple interconnected challenges. Rapid peri-urbanization, which causes infrastructure stress, increases the flood-prone areas, and they cause ecological encroachment. Loss of wetlands are happening with lessening of water bodies and encroachment of drainage systems. Then we have increasing social inequalities and also climate vulnerabilities and which is causing heat island effects in the peri-urban areas too. So when we talk about conventional planning system, why is it inefficient? We have seen traditional planning approaches are often worked in silos. Land use, transportation, ecology, hydrology, social systems are frequently planned separately, individually. However, urban systems are all interconnected. Therefore, planning also needs to become integrated, adaptive, and participatory. So, when we talk about the traditional systems, urban planning is usually separated from ecology, conservation is separated from livelihoods, climate adaptation is separated from governance. So, once we integrate, without integration, the result is fragmented intervention, short term solutions, ecological vulnerability, social exclusion. So these need a shift towards a more planned implementation, evaluation, and repeating form of planning, where all the socio-ecological planning features are integrated to co-create and adapt, monitor, and learn from the transformation. Integrated research approaches are actually, these are the frameworks which all integrate uh, urban planning, architecture, ecology, GIS and remote sensing, sociology, anthropology, climate science, governance, public policy, behavioral sciences, and so many disciplines are all integrated and they work together for a holistic solution of planning and development of cities. So, research should focus not only on multidisciplinary uh, stream, but which actually works in parallel streams. All the streams exist as parallel streams. So that has given rise to several issues and challenges which are difficult to address. So when we talk about interdisciplinary studies, knowledge is integrated to understand the complexity of the situation, and various disciplines integrate in the framework. However, in the present situation with present urban challenges, they require transdisciplinary approach where experts, communities, institutions, policymakers, they all collaborate and work together to handle the complex challenges and multiple perspectives in a much collaborated way, providing equitable solutions and leading to sustainable development. So, research needs to work as an transdisciplinary approach connecting social, ecological, governance, which all holistically work together under one umbrella with inclusive participation, integrated solutions, resilient communities, and sustainable future. So the goal is not only to study problems but also to develop regenerative pathways. We come across for some studies in Bhubaneswar where the peri-urban landscapes are transforming at a very fast rate and due to population growth, economic liberalization, infrastructure development, expansion of IT and institutional sectors, smart city initiatives, real estate growth, increased migration from surrounding rural areas. So these rapid infrastructures, mm, they are indicating major land use transformations between 2000, 2004 and 2024. And urban footprints are expanded significantly while cropland and vegetations have declined substantially. Built-up areas, roads, impervious surfaces, they have increased rapidly. And this reflects how peri-urban landscapes are shifting from ecological and productive systems towards intensive and urbanized environments. When we talk about the northern areas of Bhubaneswar, they were actually called the rice bowls of Bhubaneswar, which had very rich paddy fields in the marshy areas near the Nandankanan zoological park. However, due to very fast urbanization and intensive urban encroachment, these rice bowls have all filled up and have become urbanized with high rise buildings. And these marshy areas, which were once the which collected all the drainage storm waters were drained into these marshy areas, and these are now completely dried up, and all the drainage channels natural drainage channels have been encroached upon very fast, and this will very soon lead to huge loss in these areas. So this reduction in the infiltration zones with increased surface runoff are making these areas prone to flooding and waterlogging, and also declining in groundwater recharge zones. Uh, Again, due to unplanned development, we have fragmented uh, growth in these areas, and traffic congestion, infrastructure pressure is increasing to a great extent. Yeah, this is causing heat island formation, loss of green cover, biodiversity, conversion of agricultural land into residential layouts, encroachment on drains. The Gangua Nala, which is the largest drain of Bhubaneswar, uh, is almost encroached, and along with its associated channels. Again, through recent government reviews, we have identified blockage, siltation, encroachment of drainage systems as major contributors to urban flooding. So these are some of the uh, important highlights there, which leads to urban flooding, infrastructure imbalance, loss of agricultural systems, ecological fragmentations. They are all increasing the LST land surface temperature, and which is again increasing the energy demand, and this unsustainable urban growth is again causing livelihood insecurity and biodiversity loss. So all these are actually the cyclic process, and leading one to from another, and they are all impacting the environment and livelihood as a whole. So this is a very interesting study of two small fringe areas, Raghunathpur Jori and Koraranga. Koraranga is an agricultural fringe, and Raghunathpur Jori with the marshy land, which I was talking about, the rice bowl of Bhubaneswar. So we can see it from 2000, when the agricultural area was very dense, and we had very sparse settlements, which and the yellow color indicates very low temperature, and orange indicates medium temperature, and brown indicates the high temperature. So the low temperature areas were mostly prevalent in these two fringe areas, with little medium and little more high temperature lands, which are actually intensifying from during this period of growth. And we can see that high temperature areas have increased to a great extent with increase in built up area. So this is for a very small area, and similarly, if we conduct studies across further fringe areas, we'll find similar types of situations cropping up where the land surface temperature is increasing substantially, causing a huge impact on biodiversity, and the creating multiple several local challenges. This is a further study of considering the watershed area of the same North Bhubaneswar, and we can see in 2000 there were significant agricultural areas shown in yellow, and forest areas which have been reduced in 2022, and with substantial increase in built up area. So this is another part of the study which has taken into consideration the land use, land cover, vulnerability, geomorphology, vulnerability, drainage proximity, drainage density, and green areas, uh, slope, and found out the flood vulnerability of this zone. And these five zones have been demarcated as most vulnerable zones, which are actually presently village areas, and very soon they are expected to transform into the urban areas. And with these intensive flood frequencies, which are already happening in the heart of the cities, these will be creating a lot of disturbances in the day-to-day life, and also cause a lot of challenges on socio-economic grounds. So this peri-urban transformation of Bhubaneswar demonstrates how rapid urban growth without ecological integration can alter the hydrological systems, landscape morphology, drainage efficiency, ecosystem services, and these unregulated land conversion, wetland degradation, expansion of impervious surfaces, loss of vegetation, cropland, they are all collectively increasing flood susceptibility and environmental vulnerability in these very important peri-urban regions. So when we consider the major livelihood changes in these areas, there is a decline of agricultural dependence, since agricultural land is being converted into residential and commercial layouts, and it is also reducing the cultivable land availability. Farmers are forced to sell their land for urban development due to rising land values, and which is causing again fragmentation of agricultural holdings, which has reduced long-term farming viability. So the impacts are loss of livelihood, traditional occupations, agriculture, fishing, livestock, rearing, and reduction in food producing landscapes, increasing dependence on informal urban employment, decline in agricultural income stability. And the most vulnerable groups are the marginal farmers, landless laborers, migrant workers, women, dependent on informal occupations, traditional fishing and farming communities. So all these communities are gradually eloping, or they are forced to migrate or forced to change their occupation to survive in these situations. So future directions, they include uh, urban efficiency and management, which I have recommended sustainable agriculture and food security, urban farming in these fringe area zones may be dedicatedly served as um, for recultivation of barren lands, utilization of wastelands, development of educational agro parks, and promotion of agrotourism in these areas. Then planning and urban design interventions are very important since these are considered as no man's land, and where we can incorporate green belts, plant transformation of land use land cover areas, and local species for vegetation, increasing green cover, planning of streets, and design of buildings, and setting up configuration of buildings. Then conservation and preservation of water bodies and systems is very, very important, and buffered zones along the natural drains and streams, and sustainable planning catchment areas, redevelopment of drainage channels, and they can be developed as information and informative and recreational zones, which will improve the socio-economic conditions of the area as well as the ecological situation conditions of the area. Then regional and local government structures are very important, where comprehensive range development plans and resilience and climate adaptive policies can be developed. Farmers' incentives may be given to promote agriculture, incentives for local bodies for environmentally sustainable projects may be suggested. Then there should be stringent policies for protection of marshy areas and streams. Economic diversification may be encouraged, and community participation may be encouraged to provide socioeconomic benefits and reduce the vulnerability, control the land surface temperature and other environmental sensitive issues, as well as improve the microclimate of these zones. Then again, to improve the livelihood for sustainable livelihood planning, they can be. It is necessary to provide integrated land use planning, and livelihood diversification may be encouraged, and community-based urban governance with blue-green infrastructure, skill development, and social protection with training programs and which support women and vulnerable informal workers in these areas. So we need a transition from regenerative systems, transition towards regenerative systems, where goal is to transition from vulnerable urban systems towards the regenerative systems. This means cities should not only reduce environmental damage but actively restore ecological balance, strengthen communities, and improve resilience. Then we have to understand that this is a very integrated approach, and all the SDGs they have to be considered as an integrated framework uh, which provides opportunities for reimagining cities and as interconnected socio-ecological systems rather than purely economic space or purely environmental or purely uh, urban system. So peri-urban regions are dynamic socio-ecological transition zones where urban growth, environmental sustainability, and livelihood security must be planned together. And the future of sustainable cities lies in integrated, multidisciplinary, and human centered approaches that balance development with ecological resilience. Thank you. With this, I conclude. Namaste.
We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Professor Dr. Priyanka Mishra for her inspiring keynote address. Your reflections on sustainable development, multidisciplinary collaboration, climate resilience, transformative planning, and holistic well being have greatly enriched this conference. Thank you. Thank you for your valuable insights and gracious presence. Thank you. Dear friends, it is my privilege to introduce our respected plenary speaker, Dr. Rajni Kanth. He is assistant professor at Shri Gnanambica Degree College, Andhra Pradesh. Dr. Rajnikant served in Indian Armed Forces from 1989 to 2000 before dedicating himself to the teaching profession from 2001 and onwards. His academic journey reflects discipline, commitment, and deep dedication toward education and value-based learning. He specializes in computer science, academic syllabus design, quiz competitions, institutional academic activities, and technology-based education. Alongside technical education, he has continuously promoted human values, Indic practices, and ethical learning among students. For more than 3 decades, Dr. Rajnikant has been practicing yoga and studying scriptures including Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Puran, and other Shastras, integrating spiritual wisdom with contemporary education, technology, and sciences. His unique combination of technological expertise, educational experience, and Indic wisdom makes him a distinguished voice for multidisciplinary learning and value-oriented education. We now invite you to watch the plenary address by Dr. Rajnikant.
प्रक्तौ वागर्त प्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ. Say, Vak Artha Iva Sampraktau Vakartha Pratipattaye is what a sloka given by Mahakavi Kalidasa in his Raghuamsha. He said, Artha is what meaning is what the knowledge we have, and Vak is the expression, Vak that carries the meaning from one mind into the other mind, into the other consciousness, and Vak, after carrying this to the destination, it places this knowledge into the consciousness, and Vak dissolves into that particular meaning. So as such, I have something in my mind. I speak out that speech that carries that meaning, that enters into the mind of the other person, and the speech dissolves into the meaning. Say both are inseparable. So work is what speech is what the expression of knowledge, and knowledge is what unexpressed speech. As such, we have some knowledge and we wanted to express ourselves. We had a desire of expressing ourselves. So we are the child of that knowledge and expression both. Say, this knowledge is called Ishvara, Parameshwara, and the expression is called Ma Parvati, the nature. So, we are the children of Parvati, Parameshwara, is what we are the children of knowledge and knowledge and expression. So we say Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau. Say we bow them with a high gratitude. All the people present in the conference could be from different parts of Bharat or could also be abroad. All the people have some knowledge they wanted to express through this conference. Say, as such, the knowledge is being expressed. Say, Ishvara and all the people, either presenters, persons in the chair, keynote speakers, chief guests, students, all audience are Ishvara Rupa, and the Vedant knowledge systems is the medium through which we could express, say, Vedant knowledge systems is acting as Parvati, Mother Nature. So, Ishvara Rupa, all audience, and Parvati Rupa, Vedant knowledge systems, I express my greetings to all Parvati Parameshwaro. Now, this is a conference, is what something like a discussion where people express themselves. It is something like Arjuna and Sri Krishna had a discourse during the Kurukshetra war. And that particular discourse, or say the conference between those two people, has been given with a title Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, we have Astavakra Gita, Anugita, Rubhagita, Rishabhagita, many Gitas. Not only Gitas, let us say Agastya Samhita, Bharadvaja Samhita, we have Yoga Sutrani, we have Brahma Sutrani. All these are discourses given with some titles. Literally, the title is the door point of the entire knowledge. The title, it gives half knowledge of the entire content. Very similarly, even this conference has been given with a title, Multidisciplinary Studies and Emerging Trends. So, multidisciplinary studies is what is not something new to us, because right, we are habituated with different cultures nowadays under the influence of social media. If people would have observed, let us be not very much push to the very higher level intellectual people. Let us be thinking on the ground level. At the ground level, we have seen there are many social media activities moving ahead, which creates a hype of something which is not required. And there are something that are left over. Like if we come across Mahabharata, the person Karna has been created with a great hype on social media nowadays, and Bhimasena, Arjuna, all these these are all the characters created, right? Okay, everyone have their own ideology, but thinking, even if it is taken as a story, there is nothing wrong in that. It is everyone's their own personal wish. Thing is, there is a video that says Karna defeated Bhimasena, and he said, अच्छा चलो मैंने छोड़ दिया तुम्हें, तुम बच गए, चले जाओ मेरे आंखों के सामने से. Of course, it is existing in Mahabharata. So Karna leaves Bhimasena, not killing him, but just very immediate previous incident was Bhimasena, he defeated Karna. And Bhimasena, Karna was unconscious. Bhimasena wanted to kill even Karna. Meanwhile, the chariot controller, Shalya, he stopped Bhimasena by not killing Karna. Now, this has not been expressed through any of the social media. Now, my concept is not working with Mahabharata or talking about dharma, criticizing the things. Now, start thinking. Before thinking, identify this particular aspect. Bhimasena is famous for wrestling, fighting with a weapon called Gada. And Karna, of course, is famous for archery, working with bow and arrows. Now, the concept is Bhimasena, when he fought with Karna, he defeated Karna in archery. Is something important that we are supposed to identify. And later, when Karna woke up from unconscious state and he fought with Bhimasena and he defeated Bhimasena in wrestling. Now, let us be more clear with the concept. Whether who is right, who is wrong is something different. Leave that. That is not the case here that we are supposed to concentrate. We are supposed to concentrate on Karna was multidisciplinary educated. Bhimasena was educated in multidisciplines. It is not that Bhima knows only wrestling. He doesn't know archery. Karna doesn't know wrestling. It is not the case. So, we are multidisciplinary since lakhs of years. Thing is, keeping ourselves bottlenecked in the current cultures across the globe. We decided, right, multidisciplinary is something new. Be clear, this is not something new. This is a very core aspect of our lives in India. We are multidisciplinary. Of course, even this understanding of this scenario between Karna and Bhimasena in this particular way is also multidisciplinary. Right. This is right. Very long ago it happened. The people who believe, they say, okay, it happened 5,000 years ago, and people who don't agree, they say it is a myth. Right? Okay. It is not a myth because uh, we feel it is a myth because we are bottlenecked. This is what a simple thing that we are supposed to understand, because almost I think 10 to 15 years ago there was a bracelet that has been identified in some borders of Haryana where Kurukshetra war took place. Even that place is called Kurukshetra now. There is a museum of Kurukshetra war. That kada जो पहनते हैं, that has a title on it saying Bhurishravaha, who was a warrior in Kurukshetra war. See, that when that kada was picked up, that bracelet was picked up, it was made up of pure gold, and it was weighing around 20.4, 20.6 kilograms. See, that person, Bhurishrava, who is putting on 20 kilos of one kada on one hand, assume how vast his body could be, how energetic his body should be, and how energetic his mind is. The problem, what I say is, we are bottlenecked. We are bottlenecked not only with body, we are even bottlenecked with our mind. So we could not, even you get onto any house and see a person almost 6.5 feet height, has a six-pack body, a good muscle. He will not wear 2 kilo of gold on his body on different parts, like putting on a chain, putting on bracelets. That will never get onto 2 kilos even. That fellow who was putting on 20 kilos of bracelet on his one hand, you can identify we are being bottlenecked. These are all the proofs available for Mahabharata, right? Okay. Let us not take Mahabharata. Let us be onto the much more ground level. Ground level into our kitchen, let us say. A kitchen uh, could be everyone have their own either mothers, say sisters, daughters, wives who work in the kitchen. See, I must be very careful enough here because I use the term wives. Uh, in Valmiki Ramayana, on completion of Vanavasa, the moment Sri Ramachandra comes back to his kingdom, started ruling. One very fine day, he called his all four brothers, say Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna, who were standing there. So Sri Ramachandra asked Lakshmana, right, Lakshmana, get all your wives here. Because there are three of them. He said, get all your wives here. Keeping this particular term, wives, there is a new Ramayana written. I know. I have read that Ramayana that says Rama has number of wives. Even Lakshmana has number of wives because Rama said, Lakshmana, get your wives. So we must be very careful enough while understanding things. As such, he was addressing plural people, multiple people. He used the plural terminology there. Say the same way, whomever has got married would have a wife at the kitchen, right? So I said we have mothers, sisters. They say we call them mother, sister, brother. These are all not a simple feminine things at home. My dear friends, these are the biggest scientists. Before getting on to the science of our sisters, wives, uh, mothers, daughters, let me quote one small thing. It is historically written in, say, one of the books of Great Britain. When the river Thames was dried, so there was a scarcity of food. खाने को कुछ नहीं मिलता था. तो उस टाइम पे जो वहाँ पे कृषक थे, farmers, they have been given with a high tax. They are supposed to pay tax more than 100%. They have visited the ministry there. They requested, we are not even having wheat to eat. So how can we pay this much tax? Please request Queen. This narration is from their books. It is not my creation. So the queen has come and the minister has explained things to the queen. And the queen said, right, if not wheat, let them eat bread and live. See, of course, she is the administrator of entire, uh, you say, Great Britain, but it is not multidisciplinary. Only administrative skills are not holistic. Our Indian studies are holistic because we know bread is made up from wheat. So uh, we should identify things properly, unless which we don't know. So getting onto our kitchen, say we are multidisciplinary because our kitchen integrates Ayurveda. It integrates herbal life. See, they are the biggest scientists in the world. Because one of my niece, she is in US since past 2 3 years. I asked her, what is the breakfast you had? She said, chocolate milk. What about afternoon? She said, okay, bread with chocolate milk. What about night? She said, okay, I'll have bread with some jam. Here we have chapati, paratha, we have rice, not just with jam and butter, or say just chocolate milk every time. See, our scientists, they cut mangoes into pieces. They apply some, say, turmeric, थोड़ा हल्दी लगा के, थोड़ा नमक लगा के, थोड़ा चिली पाउडर लगा के, ऑयल में डुबो के रखो. So put it in the oil for some around 20, 25 days, 30 days. After 30 days, the moment you pick up that mango, it tastes very nice, called mango pickle. That is not only with taste, that has health integrated into that, that has herbal remedies for proper digestion. See, we are trendy. We don't just live on mango pickle. We work out with mango pickle for some duration. Our trend changes. We get on to ginger pickle. We get on to lot many chutneys. Say, India, say, एक सिनेमा में अमिताभ बच्चन जी ने कहा था कि हम जहां पे खड़े हो जाते हैं लाइन वहां से शुरू होता है। हम भारत के हैं, भारत में जो भी रहते हैं वो कहीं भी खड़े हो जाते हैं, वहां पे पहले से एक लाइन होता है जिस लाइन को बहुत सारे ऋषि लोगों ने दिया है। सो बेस्ड ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर लाइन वी मूव अहेड, वी डोंट स्टार्ट ए न्यू लाइन, because every line is already drawn. So we have lot many trends. If you want to realize, you follow up bhakti marga, bhakti trend that is followed by Mirabai, say Surdas, Kabirdas, Ramdas. If you want to be realizing self with the Gnana, we have Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, say Adi Shankara Bhagavad Padacharya. If you want to identify yourself with Jignasa, curiosity, we have Arjuna. Whatever the way you work out with, your target is supposed to be identified. Say, we don't have isolated educational system. Our educational system, since we are existing, say Adyanta Rahita, from the beginning, we are multidisciplinary and we have lot many trends. If all the people have identified that we have lot many trends, say literally infinite trends, because even trend is not fixed for any person. Say, making a fry of any vegetable. In case of the area Keralam, people use coconut oil. People in some Andhra Pradesh, like places, they use uh, say नारियल का तेल, coconut oil, तिल का तेल, say sesame. The moment you get onto some northern part of India, like Varanasi, etc., they use mustard oil. Say the trend is based on area. Not only that, the trend is based on even season. So we have lot many trends. Even our trends keep on changing from food hobbies to living standards. Sorry. And we are all multidisciplinary. We are supposed to identify this only because of this multidisciplinary and different trends. Even we could live peacefully with within the periods like COVID pandemic, etc. Even because we can identify, say, a population with death ratio when you compare between all what people call developed countries like Germany, Italy, United States, their death ratio is much more higher than Indian death ratio. India has very low death ratio when compared with its population. It is only because we are multidisciplinary and we are trendy. This is what we are supposed to identify, which is more important. So we are all already multidisciplinary, and we are already have our own trends. There is no trend is new for us. The only thing is modern education started identifying this multidisciplinary into education, specifying that unless it is multidisciplinary, it can never be holistic. If something is to be holistic, then it has multidisciplinary aspects and it has all the trends integrated into that. So in this course, the recent developments, whatever we call technology, is utilized in education, right? Okay. Uh, all people are becoming Ekalavya, say sitting in front of a laptop, learning on their own, uh, right? Okay. uh, but Ekalavya, his target was different. Our targets are different. Anyhow, uh, something that is very much important that everyone is supposed to consider while making up academic things, because uh, only academician he can make up the entire world. Let us not be getting onto the bottlenecked statements like Aryabhatta, he invented zero. Say Aryabhatta never invented zero. Then people said, no, he discovered zero. Whether he discovered or he invented, both are meaningless statements. Because there was a mathematician from Arab. He came to India. He has been taught with how to utilize zero by Aryabhatta. And there was zero even before Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta's father would have been taught how to utilize zero on in mathematics and in even Khagola Shastra. See, we misinterpret things. We misuse things like. Of course, we may have lot many tools in our homes toolbox. Like we may have a screwdriver, we may have a spanner. If we are not aware of whether to use a spanner or a screwdriver, that really makes a difference in our lifestyle. If you start using a screwdriver to lose the bolt, you will never be succeeded. If you start using a spanner to remove a screw, you will never be succeeded. Say, let us be onto the ground level to understand things properly so that we can express properly. This is what having multiple things at home is not multidisciplinary. Having the knowledge of utilizing what to be used, where to be used is what multidisciplinary. Say, the rest of the world was literally, it was say isolated, or you say it was bottlenecked, because physics never proves chemistry, chemistry never proves physics, these two will never prove biology, these three will never prove psychology. This is the biggest problem in the entire world. If you are multidisciplinary, then say multidisciplinary things are generally, they cannot be put on papers, because if something is written on paper, to evaluate that paper, there should be a scientist related with physics, a scientist related with chemistry, a scientist related with biology, a scientist related with psychology. All these people are supposed to sit and make up that one particular paper. See, these things are traditionally orally transmitted, and this technology, Vagartha Viva Samprakta Vagartha Pratipattaye, is followed in India. We had our oral transmission of knowledge the best way, which is not practiced, because nowadays I don't think there is some oral discussions going on between Guru and Sishya, because uh, my Guru taught me how to implement multidisciplinary aspects into one. Say, India, it is not unity in diversity. This is something wrong. There is nothing called unity in diversity. If you see, you get diverse things. If you say you get everything union into one thing. It is something like what you see. It is because long back, almost 18, 19 years ago, one of say virtual friend, you say, a person on Facebook. I don't know. One of my students created a Facebook account for me. One of the fellows who has become a friend, he put up a message. Your name is Rajni Sharma. So I came to India, Mr. Sharma. I have seen a lot many Brahmins eating non-veg. बहुत सारे पंडित लोग मांस खा रहे हैं. Then I told him, right, okay, you came in India searching for a person who eats non-veg, so you found them, you are successful. If you would have come to India in search of a Brahmin who don't eat non-veg, you would have found me. So your search, that makes a difference. Say you get what you search for is a basic rule. Say now you decide what you search for is the first thing. Second thing, how to implement multidisciplinary. Say because your physics and they don't have proper proofs. I say even physics is a bottleneck statement. If something that physics cannot say, it says it is metaphysics. Something new came into the movie. All right, let us keep this physics. Say it happens almost say 90 years ago. Someone identified. We have identified a particle called electron. It is a particle. He has been given with a Nobel Prize. Right? Okay. After 30 years, his own son, who has been trained by him, declared electron is not a particle. It is a wave. And even he has been given with Nobel Prize. Say Nobel himself, he felt very sad of placing a Nobel Prize because whatever the money he invested at starting of Nobel Prize awards has been earned. He put his own money and he earned that money by developing a material that can blast, say dynamite. He invented dynamite. Say Alfred Nobel, whatever the money he earned, he started spending for researchers and he started giving awards. Is what a Nobel Prize. Of course, many people may feel Nobel Prize is very great, very nice, good. It is what they searched for, they get it. No, the thing is, recently, almost 10, 12 years ago, someone said, okay, electron, it is a particle and it is a wave also now. Now, what has been taught in the schools? Electrons, they revolve in the orbits. If it is revolving, is it a wave or particle? What wave? Which is correct? Is the biggest question. And sorry. I think the modern physics, Newton said E is equal to M. Could be. All physics people may say, no, no, it is not E is equal to MC square. No, keep the SC square beside. Let us think. The E is M. Energy is what? Matter. And matter is what? Energy. Energy becomes matter when? Energy becomes matter when E is equal to MC square. Now let us take mass. E is equal to MC square as a M into C square. Say M is equal to E by C square. Say when the energy is divided with C square, then it becomes matter. And when matter multiplied with C square, it becomes energy. There is nothing, these two are not separate things. So what is that C square? Is what speed? Speed of what? Is what speed of light? Speed of light, because physics, it takes only physical proofs. It takes only physical proofs. So it took light as a fastest thing. But let us be on to light. Let us take light. It takes almost 8 minutes to travel from sun to Earth. This is what physical science says. Light, it moves with a high speed. It takes almost 8 minutes or 8 seconds, something like. Let it take 8 seconds or 8 minutes. It really makes no difference in the life. It comes, it goes. That's it. In one of the episodes in Mahabharata, something called Yaksha Prasna, where the Yaksha asks Dharmaraja, which is the fastest thing in the universe. So Dharmaraja says mana, mind. Because you think of mind, you think of sun. Sun is within your mind, not even 8 seconds, not even fraction of a second. Say your mind is the fastest thing in the globe. So as your physics, it says multiply with the C square or divide with the C square. We know our mind is more faster than light. Now you start working with your mind. Say, if you think you are matter, you multiply yourself with your mind square, you become energy. And if you feel you are energy and you want to become matter, you divide, you slow down. You slow down with your mind speed to such extent that your energy level is divided with your mind speed square. Then you become a matter. And literally, this is what called matter is what Jada Padartha that has less thinking capability, very slow thinking, and you are energy, you are much more faster than Chaitanya Padartha, and both are from one thing, is what Bhagavad Gita declares. And what to do with this mind, how to do is what called sadhana. Uh, in other terms, it is called tapas. You start doing tapas, you become energy. You start doing tapas, you become matter. This is what multidisciplinary subject E is equal to mc square is what has been declared by rishis. So, unless we don't do tapas on any aspect, we don't become that aspect. See, I'm a teacher getting into college teaching students. The moment, the first day, almost 25 years ago, the moment I get into college, I started feeling myself as a teacher. I'm a teacher, I'm supposed to teach. I'm a teacher, I'm supposed to teach. I started thinking like this, and now it has become a habit for me. So I behave like a teacher in the classroom. But sometimes, even when I come to home, I behave like a teacher. And I suddenly I remember I'm not a teacher here. I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a brother, I'm a sister. So he is supposed to be, say, it is based on our habits. But anyhow, what you think, you become. What you think, you become is the core concept. And what you think is what called, you are doing tapas on that is what you are multiplying with your C square, your mind square, or you are dividing yourself with your mind square to become yourself as mass. See, it is an infinite subject, my dear friends in the meeting. It never stops. It goes on. The discussion goes on because the subject itself, it is infinite. Anyhow, we have all Iswara Rupa, knowledge presenters here, and we have the medium, uh, Vedant knowledge systems here. Anyhow, I'm not much habituated with expressing things because my practices are going inwardly. The antarmukha samaradhya, bahirmukha sudhurlabha. लेकिन अर्जुन भाई एक मैसेज रखे थे कि कम अप विद प्लेनरी स्पीच. जब भाई है तो एक फैमिली है, तो इतना बड़ा फैमिली जो है वसुधैव का कुटुंबम, all educators from the entire globe meeting together in an international conference. I thought, yes, I'll present myself. So, anyhow, I hope I could come up with some basic ideology to all the researchers, academicians, that unless we don't fix up a proper target, we cannot move ahead properly. Unless we move ahead in multiple dimensions, we cannot achieve target directly. Is what multidisciplinary education say. We can mix up Adhyatma Vidya with physics, we can mix up Adhyatma Vidya with the chemistry, we can mix up Adhyatma Vidya with the cooking. This is on practice we are doing, and our what we call स्त्री है वो क्या कर लेगी, वो स्त्री अब बिना कुछ ट्रेनिंग का इतने सारे एक्सपेरिमेंट्स करके घर पे इतने अच्छा खाना बना के सबका तंदुरुस्ती का इंतजाम करते हैं, सबका हेल्थ का, हाइजीन का, इंक्लूडिंग हर्बल साइंस, इंक्लूडिंग यार ये करी पत्ता दिस इज व्हाट करी पत्ता डालना, दिस इज व्हाट हर्बल साइंस. नो वे इन एनी अदर कल्चर्स दे डोंट हैव दिस many things. So let us respect all our ladies who are Ma Parvati Rupa, like her Vedant knowledge systems, and thanks a lot to Arjun Bhai for providing this privilege for me to present uh, some knowledge. I don't uh, dare to present myself as such. It is my knowledge because I'm from this tradition. Whatever I have spoken uh, is the blessings of my guru, and I hope this kind of conferences be conducted on especially multidisciplinary with different trends altogether. Let the India, Bharat, uh, again, not Bharat becoming a Vishwaguru. Bharat is the Vishwaguru. It was the Vishwaguru. It is the Vishwaguru. It will be the Vishwaguru because India is Indian rhythms are rhythms that are synced with nature. See, our culture is not a developing culture. We had, see, when people were क्या बोलते हैं, पत्ते झाड़ी बांध के घूमते थे, तब हम लोग अच्छे कपड़े पहन के घूमते थे. दिस इज व्हाट आर इंडिया. Anyhow, thanks a lot to Arjun bhai. Namaste, namaskar.
We sincerely thank Dr. Rajnikant for his insightful plenary address. Your reflections are really valuable to all of us. Thank you for being with us. Moving ahead, let me have this honor to introduce our today's distinguished plenary speaker, Dr. Aarya Sharma. She is a passionate young medical educator and aspiring public health professional. Dr. Aarya Sharma has developed a strong academic presence in the domain of medical education, preventive healthcare, community medicine, pathology, and public health oriented learning systems. She is actively engaged in simplifying complex medical concepts into high-yield educational resources for FMG, NEET PG, NORCET, and nursing aspirants through innovative teaching methodologies and visually engaging learning systems. Known for her creative and student-friendly approach, Dr. Sharma combines concise clinical understanding with interactive presentation styles that enhance learning retention and academic engagement among learners. She has also participated in various academic conferences, workshops, and contributed to research-based learning in public health and medical education. Currently, she is focused on mentoring medical students through digital platforms and creating accessible, effective, and student-centric educational resources. Her works reflect the growing importance of multidisciplinary integration between healthcare, technology, communication, and innovative learning ecosystems. We now invite you to watch the plenary address by Dr. Aarya Sharma.
Good morning to all the respected dignitaries, scholars, researchers, academicians, industry experts, and students who are joining across the globe. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Vedant Knowledge System Private Limited for inviting me as a distinguished speaker at this prestigious international multidisciplinary conference on multidisciplinary studies and emerging trends. It is truly an honor to share this academic platform with brilliant minds from diverse disciplines united by the one common vision, that is innovation, collaboration, and transformative progress. Today, I will be speaking on human-centered artificial intelligence in healthcare and education, building an ethical, inclusive, and innovative future. As you all know, that we are living in one of the most transformative era in the human history. Artificial intelligence, digital technologies, biotechnology, robotic, virtual learning, environments, data science, nearly every aspect of the society, from how we communicate and how we deliver the healthcare. However, amid this technology's revolution, one important question arises: can innovation remain human? Technology can accelerate the system, improve the efficacy, and generate a solution. But without the ethics, empathy, inclusivity, and human values, even the most advanced innovation may fail. Therefore, the future does not belong only to the artificial intelligence. The future belongs to the human centered intelligence. Now, I will be talking about some parts. Part 1: the rise of multidisciplinary integration. Traditionally, discipline existed in every area. Medicine remains separated from engineering, education remains separated from technology, humanity remains separated from the data science. But in today's globe, challenges are too complex for isolated solution. Climate changes, pandemic, mental health crisis, digital misinformation, healthcare inequalities, and educational gaps require collaborative multidisciplinary approach. For example, a doctor now collaborates with an AI engineer. Public health experts work with data scientists. Psychologists collaborate with app developer. Educators work with a virtual stimulation expert. Researchers integrate biotechnology with a computerized science. This is the true spirit of multidisciplinary innovation. The future professional will not only be an expert in one field, but also someone capable of understanding the interconnected system. Now, part 2: the artificial intelligence in healthcare. Healthcare is one of the most rapidly evolving sectors influenced by AI. Artificial intelligence is transforming healthcare in several areas. Day 1: the early disease detection. AI algorithm identify the abnormalities in the radiological scans, in the pathology slides, retinal images, and ECGs with remarkable speed. For instance, AI assisted radiology can detect lung nodule early. AI in ophthalmology can help you to identify the diabetic retinopathy. AI in dermatology assists with the skin lesions analysis. These technologies improve diagnostic accuracy and reduces the delay. Second, predictive healthcare. AI can analyze large database to detect the disease outbreak, hospital admission, and patient deterioration. Predictive analytics became especially relevant during the COVID-19 pandemic, where data modeling supported healthcare planning and resource allocation. Personalized medicine. Every patient is unique. AI enables individual treatment planning, genomic analysis, precision oncology, and targeted therapies. Instead of generalized medicine, we are now moving towards the precision healthcare. Telemedicine and accessibility. Digital health platforms have expanded healthcare access to the rural and the undeserved population. A patient living in a remote village can now consult specialists virtually. Technology has reduced the geographical barrier in the healthcare industry. Now, coming on to the next part, the challenges and the ethical concerns. So, despite these advantages, we must acknowledge serious ethical concern. The first concern being the data privacy. Healthcare data is highly sensitive, and the question arises: who owns the patient data? How is it stored? Can algorithm misuse the information? Are patients giving informed consent? Without strong ethical framework, technological advancement can threaten patient privacy. Second is algorithm bias. AI system learn from the existing data set. If data sets are biased, then the outcomes will also be biased. For example, there is an underrepresentation of certain ethics groups, gender bias in medical studies, socioeconomic disparities in the healthcare data. This can lead to the unequal healthcare outcome. Therefore, inclusivity in research data set is extremely very important. Number three, the loss of human connection. Healthcare is not only science, it is a comparison. A machine may identify the disease, but empathy heals the suffering. No technology replaces the emotional reassurance, the companionship, the communication, the ethical judgment, or that human touch. Hence, AI should assist healthcare professionals and should not replace them. Now, I will be talking about the human centered AI. So, what exactly is human centered AI? Human centered AI means designing technology that respects the human dignity, decision making, and promotes the inclusivity, enhance the accessibility, and prioritize the social well being. The objective is not technology replacing humans. The objective is technology empowering humans. Human centered system combines the technological efficiency, the ethical responsibility, emotional intelligence, and the social accountability. Now, I will be talking about the AI in medical education. Let's discuss about the education aspect as well. So, medical education is undergoing a remarkable transformation, as you all can see. Traditional passive learning models are evolving into an interactive technology enhanced system. AI and digital tools now support the adaptive learning, virtual anatomy labs, stimulation based training, personalized assessments, and global academic collaboration. So the students can attend the virtual dissections, practice the surgical stimulation, access international lectures, and learn through these technologies. This has democratized the education. Knowledge is no longer limited by the geography, but education must remain human. Even in digital education, the mentorship remains irreplaceable. A teacher does more than transfer the information. A teacher inspires, guides, motivates, mentors, and shapes the character of the child. Therefore, technology should strengthen the educators, not eliminate them. The future classroom should integrate the digital innovation, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, ethics, and human interaction. Now, I will be talking about the Indian knowledge system and the modern innovation. So, one of the most inspiring developments today is the revival of Indian knowledge system. India has a rich intellectual heritage in holistic healthcare, yoga, meditation, environmental harmony, sustainable living, philosophy, and community centered well being. Modern science is increasing the importance of mindfulness, mental wellness, preventive healthcare, and the holistic healing. So, this creates a beautiful opportunity to integrate an ancient wisdom with a modern innovation. For example, the AI driven wellness monitoring, digital mental health platforms, yoga based preventive health models, integrative medicine approaches. Innovation becomes more meaningful when rooted in the culture, wisdom, and it has some human values. Now, let's talk about the role of young researchers and the students. So, to all the students and the young researchers attending this conference, you are not merely the future professionals, you are future innovators, the policymaker, the researchers, educators, and the leaders. The world needs professionals who are technically skilled, ethically grounded, socially responsible, and multidisciplinary in their outlook. Do not limit yourself to one discipline alone. Learn beyond the boundaries. Collaborate across the center. Think critically. Research fearlessly. And most importantly, innovate with compassion. Because the greatest innovations are not those that impress the society, but those that improve the humanity. Now, let's talk about the vision for the future. So, as we move towards the future, we must ask ourselves, what kind of world are we building? A technological advanced world without ethics can become very, very dangerous. A digitally connected world without empathy can become emotionally disconnected. A scientifically advanced society without inclusivity can deepen the inequalities. Therefore, the future must be built on five pillars. The first one being the innovation with ethics, second being the technology with humanity, third, the progress with sustainability, fourth, education with inclusivity, fifth, the intelligence with compassion. Only then we can create the system that truly serves the humanity. So, in conclusion, the multidisciplinary collaboration is no longer an option, it is essential. Artificial intelligence and emerging technology possess enormous potential to transform the healthcare, education, research, and society. But technological progress must always remain aligned with the human values. The ultimate purpose of innovation is not merely advancement, it is the human betterment. Let's therefore build a future where science serves as humanity, technology empowers dignity, education nurtures the wisdom, and innovation that promotes the global well being. I once again express my sincere gratitude to the organizer of this conference for providing this meaningful platform for interdisciplinary dialogues and academic exchange. Thank you for this collaboration. I wish the conference a great success and meaningful outcomes from all the participants. Thank you.
We express sincere gratitude towards Dr. Aarya Sharma for her enlightening plenary address. Your contribution toward medical education, preventive healthcare awareness, and innovative learning methodologies have greatly enriched this session. Thank you for your valuable insights and inspiring presentation. Thank you, madam. In this conference, the research presentations form the intellectual core of the entire academic event. Researchers, academicians, innovators, professionals, and students from multiple disciplines are presenting their valuable studies and findings related to emerging trends, technological advancements, sustainability, healthcare, education, governance, innovation, and interdisciplinary research. These presentations reflect the growing importance of collaborative approaches in addressing contemporary societal challenges. We would be witnessing all these presentations followed by feedback of session chair experts. Our respected session chair experts have appreciated the originality, interdisciplinary relevance, methodological quality, and practical significance of the research presented during the conference sessions. Their valuable guidance and constructive suggestions will help researchers further strengthen their academic work and future scholarly contributions. We now move toward the parallel presentation sessions and interactive academic discussions. Friends, as we conclude this one-day international multidisciplinary conference, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Priyanka Mishra, respected plenary speakers, Dr. Rajni Kanth and Dr. Aarya Sharma, all respected session chair experts, researchers, organizing committee members, technical team, media partners, and all participants. Thank you. Thank you all for being with us and making this conference a success. This conference has reaffirmed the importance of multidisciplinary collaboration, innovative thinking, sustainable development, ethical technological advancement, and transformative education for the future. May the ideas exchanged today continue to inspire meaningful research, collaborative innovation, and inclusive progress. Thank you all for your valuable participation and time. Jai Hind.